we knew that the right was going to descend to some conspiratorial levels to take down Tim Walz. We're already there. I reminded everyone on the show yesterday of the right-wing conspiracy theory that the flag of Minnesota had been remodeled after Somalia's. That was debunked like 6 months ago, but they're still running with it already. Sean Hannity had a segment about him hating his own state's flag, so you shouldn't like Tim Walz or whatever. And then Elon Musk responded to some random person who pays $8 a month to the richest person in the world to be on Twitter to say that he turned his home state into Somalia. Now he wants to do the same to the country. And Elon Musk just goes, yes, that is very suspicious. And the evidence is compelling because Minnesota's flag, like Somalia's, has the color blue. And I think those are the only two flags that have that, and has a star. And I think those are the only two flags that have that. There are literally dozens and dozens. It's the most ridiculous, flaccid brain conspiracy theory I've ever heard. And of course, they jump in it. Greg Gutfeld called Tim Walz a male Karen with a pot belly. How is he a Karen? Again, they know what the stereotype of their side is, and they're just trying to turn around on him. By the way, you want to talk about pot bellies? How's Trump doing with the bellies? By the way, Greg Gutfeld, let's take a look at your belly. What the hell are you talking about? Do you understand that when you're a twisted little goblin, you shouldn't be insulting people's appearance? Do you know that you immediately open yourself up to the same sort of criticism, Gutfeld?
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
I want to move on to, no, we're gonna get to that in a separate thing, I think. But again, it's conspiracy theories. It's insulting the fact that like Ben Shapiro said he lives in a van down by the river. Like their attack was that he reminds people of Chris Farley. What are you doing? Or did you get hacked or something? How is that your best attack against this guy? I don't understand it. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I miss Chris Farley. That's what that made me think of. I wish he was here to do a wonderful impression. And now you're attacking band people too. I watch a show, it's about band life. I don't know that I could live it, but they're good people too. These are Americans, so they're flailing. They're just throwing everything out there. And I don't even feel like, I used to feel like for so long, the Republicans were on an all call, this conference call every morning. Let's see what kind of damage we can do and let's all stay on message. The call has static. Several people have dropped off. They need to regroup and figure out what they're going to do here. And I have full confidence that nothing's really going to work, but they're going to give it their best shot. So buckle up.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should turn to what could be their best shot, an attack against Tim Walz that they really love. So the next graphic I'm going to go to for the team is going to be graphic 6, but I'm going to jump into this. Perhaps the weirdest of the attacks that we've seen thus far against Tim Walz, the one that I think says so much more about the people spreading the attack than it does about the victim of the attack, is the attempt to make Tampon Tim happen. Now, this is ridiculous. You've probably seen it going around on like Twitter, 4chan, or other places online where Nazis and incels congregate. But here's Laura Loomer. They have this photo and it's been shared, I don't know, 100,000 people on Twitter or whatever. I hope Trump calls Governor Tim Walz Tampon Tim. And I start with her because she's what passes for the thought leader on the right these days. But Chai Reichik also spread it, and Stephen Miller said it. You'll notice there's a picture and there's a hashtag. There's no argument as to why are they calling him that or why is it supposed to be weird. So you might be wondering, because you're like a well-adjusted person, did he do something with a tampon? Are tampons for him like futons are for JD Vance? What did he do to the tampon? No, there's nothing. This is what they're referencing. Last year, he signed a bill requiring Minnesota public schools to provide access to free menstrual products, including tampons, in bathrooms for kids in schools. That's it. By the way, like, I already thought every school had that. Growing up, that was in our schools. This is not new. It's not strange. It's not radical. So what is the idea here? That because he doesn't want girls to just free bleed in 6th grade, that he's strange? Most of the people that I cited there attacking him are women who think it's weird that he made these necessary and in some cases expensive, if you're having to buy them all the time, products freely available. I don't understand what the attack is supposed to be. They are just so They're ungrounded right now. They don't know what they're supposed to do.
They don't, and it's giving me all kinds of ideas. I mean, when I heard this, like you, I didn't quite understand where they were going with it. I looked at the history of tampons. It goes back to ancient Egypt, by the way, okay? Very useful product. I remember being, let's say, in the 5th or 6th grade, and it's a very difficult time sometimes for a young lady who's trying to take care of her body and changes and needs to make sure she has everything, including her homework and her gym shoes and everything else. And so what this Governor Walz did was tremendous, and it was beautiful, and it was necessary. So now you're attacking everyone who perhaps needs a tampon, or perhaps the men who we send to the store to get them. So I keep bringing it on. If you want people holding up, a tampon at a rally, I guess it's not going to work. Get more creative, okay? Please make it stop.
I would hope that they would. Honestly, I think that this is projection, because I was at the RNC. I saw them wearing maxi pads on their ears so that they could look more like Trump after he got a boo-boo or whatever. You guys want to talk about weird stuff in schools? You guys want government paid workers who check kids' genitals to see if they can play field hockey. He made hygiene products freely available. You think we're the weird ones? Let's put it to a vote. We're going to, actually, in November. Let's put that to a vote. Such bizarre people. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.